Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Kemi Odunlaya. It's 7 a.m. in Nigeria and it's November 27th, 2019. Today is regarded as the busiest travel day in the United States. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, a holiday in America that's used to celebrate the arrivals of the pilgrims. Who are the pilgrims? They are the people who formed America today. As you know, there's a lot of people that came into that area from the UK. Well, at that time, we just say the British, French, different people came to America and they made that country. It's a country made of immigrants. I lived in America for 29 years and 11 months, and a lot of times I know you hear me say 30 years. My children are American. I was in school there. I met two Nigerians there. I had three children. I was never married. I went through domestic violence. I went through a lot. And I lived a life of glory in America. America gave me everything I had, and I worked for it. I went to the United States on my own. Many of you hear all these stories, and now you're hearing the real story. Politicians don't steal your money to send their kids abroad. Know the facts. Don't dwell on that. Stop being addicted to poverty because your parents are poor or they're not advantaged. Okay? Some people's parents also send their children abroad in our days. Businesswomen, those ladies selling clothes and cloth in Balogun, they knew about the system. They also sent their children abroad. It's not always politicians. Tiwa Savage went abroad at 11 years old. Look at her today. Was her parent a politician? Stop stereotyping politicians and their children and their families. Face your life and become successful. Stop being addicted to poverty. Be addicted to success. In the United States, I went to America 30 days. And then my father knew. Before he knew, he only found out 30 days before I was leaving. He had won the governorship elections. And we had to get a visa, student visa. And my father called Shagari, okay? Shagari called the embassy. The United States Embassy in Lagos, the one in Victoria, actually opened for me. Me. Okay, go over there and go as the security guards and everybody inside. You know, the day I showed up there after 36 years to go renew my son's passport, and I was like, okay, everybody stop everything. Clap for me now. The whole security, the whole embassy, everybody in ACS, you know, the other side, not the visa side, the other side, the American Citizen Services, ACS, everybody was clapping for me. Clap for me now. I ordered them. This entire white building opened for me in 1983. So we had to go to the embassy on that day in 1983 for a visa. On a Saturday, they opened, and I got my visa. It was actually a B2 I got, and then when I got to America, it was changed to an F1, the student visa. America is a great country, but today the country has changed drastically. I visit America twice a year, and then I have a green card which allows me to only stay out a certain time. But mine has stipulations because I'm a journalist. I can't stay 6 months in the country without going out or doing stuff. At the end of the day, guys, what matters most? What is America today? This is my message for Thanksgiving for every Nigerian that lives in America and has a child who's American. There's gun violence. Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, everywhere. One of the reasons why I would not live in America again, I love America, okay? I'm literally American. I grew up in Baltimore. I chose Baltimore because I spent 20 out of those 30 years there. And Baltimore gave me a lot. I got awards from Governor Glendenning. I got awards from the White House, Bill Clinton era. I got awards from the mayor, Kurt Schmoke. I heard Mayor Schmoke is now a professor in University of Baltimore, I think. But anyway, he's the president of one of the big universities now. County Executive Dutch Rupersberger also awarded me. He's still in U.S. Congress. Congressman Elijah Cummings sponsored my green card along with Congressman Kwesi Mfumi, Senator Barbara Mikulski, and Senator Ben Cardin. They're all alive except Cummings, who passed away 2 months ago. About a month ago, Congressman Elijah Cummings' letter sponsoring my green card with the others. I still have it. Those things I treasure so much now. You can see it posted on my pages. At the end of the day, it's not the same America. It is not about Obama. It is not about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is actually one of the best presidents that country has had. Don't live under speculation and nonsense you heard. Mr. Trump is a great guy. Some of the stuff he's done for America now, oh my God. When he said, make America great again, America first, you don't know how much he's protecting his country. Let me tell you something. If you're a Nigerian and you want to go to the United States now, do you know that nobody will hire you for a job until the Americans get that job? If my son is standing at a job interview with you, my son has to get the job first. That's how you protect your own. If Nigeria was doing that, a lot of you wouldn't be running to somebody else's country. Okay? Nigerians have to get the job first in this country. This part of my video becomes very aggressive. Okay? The time is now approaching 7 a.m. and this is when my thoughts are really fresh. Okay? So why does my son has to get that job at that big corporation in New York before the Nigerian immigrant who just came in? Because he's American. And that's how it's supposed to be in Nigeria. The Nigerians are supposed to get the jobs first before the foreigners. But no, we want to build a bridge, we want to build a highway, we give the contracts to the foreigner first and not the Nigerians. And this is what happened in the Niger Delta when all the kids became militants. Go to Port Harcourt prison. I was there 6 months, 3 times. The young population there are all our own. Honorable Minister Aregbesola, please grant my wish. I want to travel with you to Port Harcourt prison with Bello Shagari. Bello Shagari is President Shagari's grandson and also the president of the National Youth Council of Nigeria. I want Bello to see what we have in Port Harcourt prison. The youth population 18 to 25. Section 1, militants, Niger Delta Avengers. Section 2, IPOB boys, Igbo boys who are vulnerable, who are brainwashed by Nnamdi Kanu that Biafra is coming. And maybe Biafra will come, but those kids were abandoned. Okay? They should all go home. They should all be trained in jobs, not marginalized further. We took the Boko Haram boys in Adamawa. We left them. After a while, we came for them. We trained them. We cleansed them. And we gave them certificates. And now they're back in society. They're no longer terrorists. We can do that for the IPOB boys. If you're watching this video, the third set in Port Harcourt prison, the armed robbers. The Yahoo boys, 4th set. 5th, the cultists and the kidnappers, 6. The sets of youth, all 18 to 25, a little bit above 25 as well. It is time to clean out our prisons, rehabilitate people. Nigerian prison makes people animals. It does not rehabilitate anybody. Even Vice President Osinbajo knows that when Dambazo visited. Honorable Aregbesola, it is time to clean out our youth population. It is time, my neck is really hurting me. Let me just move. It is time to clean out our youth population in the prisons. It is time to clean out Nigeria because we're not getting anywhere. You look around the world, all our youth are out there in somebody else's country. Eventually, what are they going to do? They're going to do Yahoo. And they'll be arrested in that country. This has been a very incredible year. Look at what's happening in the prisons. Instead of rehabilitating people, our heads of prisons are stealing. We told you about Port Harcourt prison. When you enter, you have to pay on 5 different points before you get to the inmate. They know they can't play that with me when I went back to visit Mama Wiri and other people because I saw what was happening from the inside. Comrade Phils came to visit me. He wrote his story in Sahara Reporters of the corruption happening. And Ogamu still says nothing is happening. He put a note out, if I see anybody collecting money, they'll be in trouble. Today, 27th of November, Ogamu's probably going to be like watching. Okay, Love Day is his first name, OMU. Love Day Omu is the comptroller. Okay, deputy comptroller of Port Harcourt prisons, the largest prison in West Africa. Today, he'll be like jaws down to see that his counterpart in Kirikiri has been arrested by the EFCC They were helping H Money make even more money inside the prison. $1 million. A fraudster sentenced to 12, 24 years was still doing Yahoo inside the prison. Fisayo Shoyombo. Isn't that the Premium Times Al Jazeera guy that went to do the undercover in the prisons? Well, he brought out a lot. They wanted to persecute him. And people were trending, keep Fisayo safe on Twitter. And then next thing you know, the government reached out to him. The point remains that journalism is not even existent anymore in Nigeria. It's a dangerous job. And I'm advising young people not to go into journalism. I've left it. Okay? And part of the problem is the people, you the people, who don't want people to work. I can't live in America again because of the racism going on. Racism is worse than ever in America. And that's really the reason I left. There was racism in my personal life and family. That story you'll hear one day. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Thank God for what you have. Yele Shore's wife and daughter and son will not have him at the Thanksgiving table tomorrow. But it's time that you guys begin to really think about where we're going in Nigeria. You're recycling leaders, you're voting the wrong people in, and you're allowing people to use us anyhow. Do you know that this country has more money than any country in the world? Nigeria has more money than America, yes. But no, you stay brainwashed. You're looking for your number in the OPEC list. Talking about OPEC, Alison Desani, Madueke, she's been freed. The EFCC had dropped her case. Now what do you have to say about that? When we tell you about the real thieves, you don't listen. I'm telling you that she has no case. The Minister of Petroleum. But I tell you that Abacha was the best leader on my podcast. You abused me, right? See, Desani is gone now. Who are they going to prosecute next? You need to know how the government works. Who is the EFCC? Who is the DSS? Who is Kemi Olunloyo? Kemi talks.
Nigeria since August. It's a story we've been following all along. A few dozen people gathered outside the Newark offices of Senators Bob Menendez and Cory Booker. Participants tied yellow ribbons on a tree for Yele Shora of Haworth. He's the founder of Sahara Reporters, an online publication in New York which reports on corruption in Nigeria. And while in Nigeria, he was arrested and charged with treason.
It's been difficult. I have 2 young children who have had to explain to why their father is gone and why he won't be back here with us for Thanksgiving.
It's actually Sahara Reporters, I should say. A hearing is set for December 5th. Nigerian courts had ordered the government to release Shora on bail, but that is yet to happen.